Daniel, and this is my wife, Mandy Watson. We're co-founders of the Restoration House, which is a nonprofit in Knoxville, Tennessee that works with low-income single mothers and their children. It's a 2-year self-sufficiency program, and we come around families with housing and mentoring and family advocacy, really trying to help low-income single mothers and their kids break the cycle of poverty. Life for the Watson family before Extreme Makeover was best described as chaos. There was our ministry was taking off, and there was a lot of work to be done in that. But every time when we came home, we had to wonder if we were going to step through a hole in the back of the house, or if another part of the ceiling was going to fall down. And so life was difficult. We kind of managed, but it was definitely stressful.
Our relationship with Lila, our dog, was it felt as chaotic as the rest of the house, because when she was a puppy, we got her at a shelter, and at that point she was a runner, and she was just crazy about running out of the house. We lived close to a road, so if nothing else, it's just very stressful. Lila
by nature is a hunter, and so whenever she left the house, she was gone. And so for us, she really wasn't much of a family dog, because she was never around. If she was out, she was hunting rabbits and stuff. And so the kids, they came after Lila, and so they really never got to build a relationship with her.
I mean, we knew that the builders of our house were huge dog lovers, so we knew that there would be something in store for her, and the people who met her always loved her, so we figured there was probably going to be a surprise or two around the bend for her too.
We actually had looked into getting an invisible fence for a long time. We thought, man, this might calm her down a little bit. She might be more engaged with the family, and it wasn't something we could really ever do on our own. And so to see invisible fence come in, and when we were driving up, we noticed all the flags and things. We were like, okay, let's see what happens here. And it took a few days to get her trained, but since she's been trained, it's been a totally different story in terms of life, Lila with our family.
As a mom with 3 small children, you need the least amount of maintenance as you can possibly get most days. And so for the dog to be able to let herself out, to not have to even refill the water dish very often, everything kind of runs itself, and it's more like she's a playmate for the kids instead of another thing to have to take care of or to worry about or to be maintenance.
We also live on a pretty high traffic road, and before she would always cross the road, and she would go up into the other neighborhoods and things like that. And Lila, we learned that if we approach her, she's gone. So we always worried that she was going to get hit. And so when Invisible Fence came in, they consulted with us and said, hey, let's not do the front field, which has been great. So she's much more closer to the house, and she still has the whole backfield to roam and still do some hunting. She still brought us a few animals, but it's because they made the mistake of coming into her territory.
It's really helpful to have the door with the fence, because she can come in and out as she wants, and we can even set the door to only be open at certain times. So we know, if she's not going to be whining at 6 a.m. if she has to go outside, she can, the door unlocks itself, she can walk to it, she goes out. And we also know that when she goes out, she has a range where she can go, and she's going to be safe no matter what time of day it is.
Invisible Fence has been great to work with. The team has. One of the great things is they self-manage, so it's not like we had to tell them exactly where we wanted things, and they were able to consult with us and give us best practice and advice, and all the suggestions that they made have been wonderful. And then we have had a few issues. There was a time where the fence got cut, and we're really not sure, but they were prompt and got right out here, addressed the issue, and she was back up and running. So
it was a landscaper that cut the fence, and we realized that a landscaper didn't know that the line was buried, and so they were immediately out here to help out.
Mandy and I looked in several times at getting something like an invisible fence for our dog, and we went to different stores and checked them out and saw these different package deals. And because there's static correction involved, we just didn't trust ourselves, and we really wanted a team of professionals who we could have them come out, we could forget about it. And so I would highly recommend a company as professional as Invisible Fence to come out. They know their products, They know how to set it to be able to train the dog in stages, and which we feel a lot better knowing that we weren't going to mess something up and actually be a more detriment to our dog Lila than. And we felt confident that we could trust Invisible Fence with her and also with the sanity of our family. So.